Welcome to day 33 of Learning Python. In this video, we are going to learn about dictionaries and dictionary methods. Okay, why should we use dictionaries and how to use dictionaries? Okay, I have created a folder already. I will create a file. So, dictionaries are key value pairs, they store key value pairs and allow fast lookups. What does that mean? Let's say you want to store the marks of students, we have to use the curly brackets here for dictionaries. I'll mention I'll store the John's marks 34 and rows. Okay, I have to mention in and rows and Ted. Okay, if I try to print the type of marks, we'll see what it will print. If I want to print, okay, I don't have to mention the bracket here. I can remove the bracket actually. I can just give okay. If I run this, the dictionary is printed. In that also, the type of marks is, it- we can see that class dict is seen. That means it's a dictionary. Okay. So the reason class dict is printed is type of marks is a dictionary. So we use dictionary to store the key value pairs. Let's say you have like marks or maybe somebody's age as a dictionary, 10 people, 10 ages. You want to map with the age, 10 people with the 10 age. You can do that using dictionary. Whenever you are creating a dictionary, you can have any data types as key and data type as a value. But the only thing is the key that you are using should be hashable. When I say hashable, I mean that Python should be able to hash that particular data type internally. So strings are hashable, integers are hashable, tuples are hashable, but list are not hashable. So you cannot have list as a keys. Okay. And let's see how we can access the dictionaries. So like I want to print only John marks or Rose's marks or Ted marks. How can I do that? We can do that using print of Ted means we have to mention the double quotes. If I mention like this, if I run, you can see Ted's marks are printed. That is 97. I can change the marks values also. If I do marks with the square bracket, and if I mention I want to change John's marks, I will mention John, then I will select equal to, it was 34 earlier, I want to make it as a 4 now. And if I try to print marks, you can see that the John's marks is changed to 4. Earlier it was 34. Now it's changed to 4. Now we'll see common dictionary methods. Let's say you want to print all the keys in the dictionary. So let's create a file first. So let's say I want to print all the keys. So what I will do is I will do print marks dot keys. If I run this one, you can see that only keys are printed. That is John, Rose, and Ted. This is how we can access the keys using dictionary methods. So what if I want to print only the marks? For that, we can say something like print marks. We know that we'll tell keys for the this one, whatever the Joe, John, Rose, and Ted. If I say marks dot values actually, and open parenthesis, close parenthesis, if I do something like this, we know that this is keys, this is values in the dictionaries. So if I print this one, you can see that 34, 56, and 97 is printed. That is values of the dictionaries. So this is how you can use the dictionary and dictionary methods. You can always pop, you can always use a pop key from the, like you can always use a pop function to remove the keys from the dictionaries, and you can always clear a dictionary also. How we can do that? If I mention like marks dot clear and I have to use the parenthesis. And if I try to print marks afterwards, let's see what will happen. You can see that the dictionary is wiped out, cleared. And same thing goes with the pop. I will just comment out this word so that it will not clear. I will use marks dot pop. I want to pop that's key. If I run this one, we can see that Ted is no longer there in the dictionary. So this is about dictionary methods. There are many methods in dictionary actually. There are copy from keys, get items. There are many. You can explore these things. I strongly suggest you can try this one. Now let's talk about dictionary comprehensions. We'll create a file. So if I want to print the table of 5 dictionary, I can mention like will just I is 5 into I for I in range. That is range is 1 comma 11 because I want to print 1 to 10. Okay. And if I print the table of 5 now, let's see, you can see that the table of 5 is printed. 5, 1 into 5, 5 into 2, 10, 5 into 3 is 15. Easy, right? Okay. Now let's see which data structure to be used and when to use. Okay, let's understand when to use the data structure, which to use. Okay, we'll use list when we want ordered and mutable collection. When I say ordered, I mean that order is maintained and mutable means it can be changed. If you want your collection to be changed, you can use the list, and it is best for storing the sequences and dynamic data. Sequences means let's say I have table of 5. Dynamic data means let's say I have something is coming that you need to store it, and you need to store it in the first come first store basis. Okay, then you want to maintain an order, you can use the list at that time. You want to use the tuple, you can use the tuple when you want ordered and immutable, just like the list but immutable for fixed collection or dictionary keys. You cannot use list as a dictionary key. Okay, now let's talk about set. You are going to use set when you need unordered and unique collection. You don't want indexing, but you want, say, a basket where you are storing item and you have no intention of sorting the order those items, but you just want those items to be stored in a particular variable and no duplicate items are allowed. You want sets, so it's best for removing the duplicates, that is storing items where you don't want duplicates and for set operation. Set is a mathematical concept, and set theory is taught us in a mathematical set theory is taught in mathematics widely. Okay, so set theory is a huge theory that you can study if you want, if you are into mathematics. There are a lot of questions on set, and it's taught as a full of chapter in mathematics. Now let's talk about dictionary. It's best for storing the key value pairs, for faster lookups and for structured data. The lookup in dictionary is very fast. It's faster than iterating a list. When I say iterating a list, I mean if you run for a loop on the list, it's not going to be fast as a dictionary lookup. When you say dictionary and the key, it's very fast and it's fetched very fast. Okay, we'll now explore further concept in Python. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more videos. See you in next video.